These university grads will have to deal with one of the worst job markets in years.
Man, the economy, man, it's hard.
Have you tried looking for a job?
I have. It's bleak.
Basically everybody else I know who's graduated is unemployed.
It's always tough to find that first job out of school, but for Gen Z, it's even harder.
It is disheartening, but at the same time, it is because of the market. It's not really me that may be the issue.
But hold on a sec. Just a few years ago, all anyone could talk about was how hard it was to find workers.
Canada is in the middle of a huge labor shortage.
Some workers in this country are in high demand right now, and they are reaping the benefits.
The greatest economic challenge that we're facing in Ontario is the labor shortage.
So, a huge shift in the labor market. Let's break down what happened and what it could mean for a whole generation of Canadians.
I've applied for maybe 400 or 500 plus jobs.
Divyan Varnakamaran is graduating this month with a degree in electrical engineering. He's already applied for hundreds of jobs, but so far, no luck.
For something that you only need like 0 to 1 years of experience, they're like, oh, we found a couple more people that were more experienced. How does that make sense?
It might not make him feel any better, but he does have plenty of company. The unemployment rate for university, college, and trades grads who are under 25 is just over 11%. If we don't count the pandemic, that's the highest it's been since the late 90s. It's a big change from just a few years ago. Businesses were scrambling to fill jobs and workers were in high demand.
It was really high coming out of the pandemic, which probably was never going to last.
Eventually, he says, those businesses did manage to find staff, or they just got used to doing without them.
And then following that, the interest rate hikes that the Bank of Canada put into meant to slow that inflation down. That probably also slowed overall economic conditions with impacts on hiring appetite.
Then, of course, Donald Trump returned to the White House, and we all know what happened after that.
The president will be implementing tomorrow a 25% tariffs.
And now the trade war is officially on with the retaliation by China.
All of that back and forth over trade and tariffs hasn't exactly been great for the economy.
So when businesses have uncertainty, they sometimes will pause hiring.
Tim Lang is with a national organization that helps youth find jobs.
We deal with thousands of small businesses as well, and if they might hire 2 people, maybe they'll hire 1, and if you multiply that by thousands of businesses, that's like a 50% drop.
Not only are employers more cautious about hiring, there's also lots of competition for jobs that are available. In recent years, the population of young people has been growing even faster than the rest of the population, partly because of the rise in non-permanent residents.
The surge in job seekers coming from abroad at a time when the economic situation has been softening has been sort of like 2 trends that together have created a weaker environment.
It's not just that youth have to compete against each other. In some cases, they might also be competing against workers who already have jobs.
Many individuals who are overqualified for more entry-level roles that are traditionally filled with youth or recent grads. These individuals are taking on secondary jobs to be able to sustain themselves with the inflation that we're seeing, the rising cost of living.
And so that's bumping out people who are, fresh out of school.
Hi, I'm from Ribbon, calling about your AI-powered interview.
To make matters worse, sometimes the competition isn't even human.
Some of the more routine, mundane tasks that used to be filled by a summer student or a co-op student or a summer job opportunity are now being automated or outsourced to AI.
It's hard to know just how much that's actually happening, but it's certainly one challenge previous generations never had to deal with.
So we're seeing, I think, a decrease in the opportunities, the entry-level opportunities for young people to enter kind of their professions of choice.
So for students graduating right now, if they can't find a job in their field right away, is it really a problem?
And the answer to that is it depends.
According to a Statistics Canada study from a couple years ago, it's not unusual if your first job out of university or college isn't the job you trained for. Where this does become a problem is if the economy falls into a deep recession. Young people who graduate in those conditions could end up making less money in the long term.
Well, whether this is a temporary blemish or a long-term scar really depends upon the macro climate.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. For all the bad news, grads still have lots of hope for the future.
And when I do have an opportunity, that's where the optimism comes in, like, oh, this could be a possibility. I just hope to get work by the end of this month, hopefully.
After all, even if it takes a while to find that very first job, in the end, all you need is one.
Keep trying. Don't give up. It'll happen eventually.
I think everything is going to fall into place.